everyone, and welcome back to another video. I, as always, am Riz, and this is more Umamusume Cinderella Grey Season 2 episode... okay, so here's the thing. I've been calling it Season 2. Technically, I guess it's Cour 2, but I looked up Season versus Cour, and it just kind of confused me. And I see that people, at least some people, are saying, like, you can use either one. People will know what you mean. So I'm hoping that's the case. But yes, this is episode 16 overall. I've been gone the last 2 weeks, and so I missed, the initial release of episode 16. And when I went to It's Anime Powered by Remo to get the video, to get the episode, right, it was already gone. So I guess that on that channel, they only keep the video up for like a week, and then they like make it private or whatever. And presumably at the end of the season or the core or whatever, they'll put them all back up. But I didn't know that. So I feel kind of bad that those were the videos I was using for the sake of like these timer reactions, but it is what it is, right? So instead, I was able to find this one on Amazon Prime, and then it's currently Sunday for me. I got episode 17. So my plan for anyone who's interested is I'm going to watch this one and then immediately jump into the next one. I plan to have them as 2 separate videos. I just think it keeps playlists a little like cleaner and things like that. But yeah, if you want to watch episode 17, it should already be public by the time you're watching this video as well. So yeah, this is annoying with my mic. I'm sorry. The issue with green screens, right? If you want to jump straight to this reaction, I will include chapters in the description below, or, just scrub the bar, right? But I want to talk a little bit more. So first, I'm going to gush just a little bit because, I consider myself a fan of anime, but I'm much more casual compared to other people, and I've never owned manga before, but now, look at how cool that is, right? So I'm, again, for people who are like have been into this sort of thing for a long time, it's probably like, but to me it's cool. Like, I have a physical representation of like a show that I really enjoyed. The downside is that I don't know Japanese, so I can't like really read these. I like to think that maybe someday I'll learn enough that I'll be able to like, get through it. At least, I mean, like, frankly, I could get through it just with my knowledge of having seen Cinderella Grey a number of times at this point. But, I would just kind of be guessing at what the individual, like, speech bubbles meant. But I thought that was cool. I also got Umabako, which, one sec, hold on. Just as an example, I got more, but, like, I didn't realize that they were this big. Oh gosh, Biwa's dress is like teal, so it's like gone here. That's funny. But yeah, it's a lot big. I thought it was just going to be like a normal DVD case kind of size. But yeah, I got them for relatively cheap through Bai, because apparently people really just wanted Umabako for like the Pretty Derby serial code, and they only work for the Japanese version, and I've only ever played on global version, so I just found Blu-ray, that did not have the serial code, and it was much cheaper. Still wildly expensive due to shipping from Japan, but yeah, I got manga, I got some Blu-ray for, the Pretty Derby seasons, so it's been exciting for me. I was tempted to look into the Cinderella Grey Blu-ray, but it's like $80 for 3 episodes, which, I can't do that. I'm sorry. But hopefully someday, once people have used up the serial codes, and that's like what they care for, I'll be able to get the actual like Blu-ray for Cinderella Grey as well, just so that I have them, because this is my latest hyperfixation, right? So for the moment, I want them. But yeah, it just made me happy, so I just wanted to show that off a little bit. Hopefully I can actually read the manga at some point, but in any case, I have it. I can look at the pictures. So as for this core, this season, last time we got to see Super Creek win the Kika show. And I believe her trainer's name was Fumino Nase. And I believe someone told me that was, she was kind of a stand-in, or she represented or whatever, Takeda, right? And hopefully I'm remembering the name. But I think that he was the jockey for like Deep Impact, who, from what very, very little I know, is a fantastic racehorse, right? Again, know very little, but that's the connection that I made when I read that comment. Takeda, Deep Impact. Hopefully that's actually accurate. But yeah, it was cool to see, all of that unfold with, I didn't know that Super Creek had that kind of origin story of just being like initially very frail, very brittle. And it was cool that, Nase took a chance on her and, was going to build her up to be like, this was her Cinderella story, right? Which, you know, even cooler that, of course, a Cinderella story within Cinderella Grey, because we already had 2 Cinderella stories with Oguri Cap and Tamamo Cross, you know, with the Grey part in particular, right? So just having that third tie-in was neat, and it did set up Super Creek to be a good rival for Oguri Cap in these coming episodes. Oh, like, I should say, like, I also, with the manga, technically, I think there are 2 of them that are beyond the point of the episodes that are released, or at least include the episodes, because one of them had, like, the blonde, blue-haired American Umamusume. I don't know her name. But, you know, like, I didn't look through it. I didn't want any spoilers, right? But just throwing that out there because it's cool. Speaking of, yes, we have the foreign horses coming in. One of them, her name was given. I don't remember what it was, but she had, like, the orange hair, right? And then there's, yes, the American, the blonde and blue-haired one. I don't know. The one thing I remember, because I saw the video go up on its Anime Powered by Remo before it was taken down or made private, but I, you know, didn't have my setup, so I wasn't able to, like, download the video. But the thumbnail was just the blonde blue-haired Uma just, like, face down, butt up on the grass. I'm like, okay. I don't know what to make of this, but sure. So we're approaching the Japan Cup, where all of the foreign adversaries are going to come into play. So I imagine that the Super Creek rivalry stuff is kind of going to, like, take a pause, and the Dick the Striker stuff too. Take a pause for now, and we're going to focus in on the foreign horses and, like, Oguri Cap's preparation for that. Like, I don't know if Tamamo or Super Creek or Dicta or anyone else, I don't know if they're going to be in the Japan Cup as well, or if we're really going to focus hard on Oguri and the foreign Uma. But either way, it should be interesting. And after the Japan Cup, I think that we're going to return focus to the other rivals, which, again, the 3 rivals that I'm really thinking of, again, Tamamo, Super Creek, and Dick the Striker. Because while we do still have, like, Sakura Chiyono O, Yaine Muteki, Mejiro Ardan, right? Like, kind of doing their own things in the background. Like, we saw some focus recently on Yaine Muteki with the Kikka show. But I feel like those 3, they don't seem as prominent. Like, they contribute a good bit, but they're still, like, supporting characters. That's how they seem to me. So I'm not expecting too much more spotlight on them in this core, but I suppose we'll see. It's, like, always the case where once I start the recording, then I end up thinking of other things that I, like, wanted to mention, you know, leading up to it in this introductory segment. But nothing else is coming to mind right now. So with that said, let's get to the starter. Let's start the timer. Tony Bianca, okay. What was his name? Like Fuji Sensuke? Wait, so no one has won the Japan Cup since Rudolph? Did I misread that? Oh, they're super into it. Hey. I thought they were gonna, like, shoot down his enthusiasm, but no. Okay, so hopefully I didn't read that wrong. But it seemed like they were building up that the Japan Cup really was a huge threat. As far as, like, you know, a Japan victory, right? So that's cool. I kind of thought it was always going to be the case, well, not always, right? But, like, generally going to be the case where Uma did best on their home turf, you know? And so I thought that, like, sure, there was international competition at the Japan Cup, but that, you know, the Japanese bred horses tended to be, like, they tended to have the advantage. Because then I think to things like the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, you know? And I'm sorry, I don't have a French accent. But yeah, I just assumed. I wonder if we're ever actually going to see anything with Mr. CB, because I know so little. Like, I think IRL Mr. CB won the Classic Triple Crown, like, the year before Cymbeline Rudolph? And that's like all I know about them. If that's even accurate. Narita Airport. Which is where the last episode ended off, right? Post credits. Moonlight Lunacy. Okay. When Sensuke said that, his accent kind of reminded me of Tamamo Cross. Okay. You shouldn't have brought that up. It's like a dark Mejuro McQueen. Which is quite the name. She's very gifted. And she's even taller than Hishi Akebono, yeah? Oh. It's gonna take me time to remember their names. I had already forgotten hers. Like Ellerslie Pride? Nice. At a hotel in the city. Oh, her name is Obey Your Master? I've seen that thrown around. I didn't realize that that was an Uma. I mean, she's got to be pretty good if she's entering the Japan Cup, right? Nice. Ooh. And we know how big a race that is. Victory? Oh, sorry, never mind. Moonlight Lunacy. Michelle, my baby. Oh, so 2 Americans, yeah. Ellerslie Pride, Tony Bianca, New Zealand, Italy. So 2 American, 1 New Zealand, 1 Italy. Ooh, Tamamo Cross then, yeah, joining for Japan as well? You worked super hard. Oh, we love Tama. I don't know if I said this, but I really like her trainer's design too. Yeah, that picture. Yeah, you get a rematch. Oh, Fuji. You gonna spill some tea on the others? The purification salt. uh, uh. It's just a big rock. Is Fuji okay? Good, she's eating well still. Spurt right from the start? Yeah, no. You're not gonna be front running. Yeah, he left. Uh-huh. Is another one. I want to know who made those for her. There's the crew. Oh, I realized though, because I think I was only saying like 2 Americans, New Zealand, and I've already forgotten where the Bell one came from. Britain? I don't know. At. Okay, yeah. Oh, good, he's got other things on her mind. I really like that whole hiding the tail thing. She's so cute. Moonlight Lunacy. Britain, okay, yeah. So not front running. Probably. Yeah, that's a big difference then. That's a weird race to make an exception. Okay. Some good interplay then. So big. I'm American. I don't know centimeters. I'm sorry. Clearly a powerhouse, right? Also has quite the like forward running stance. At least in that shot. Elizabeth Pride. 37 races. Good stamina, okay. Just Belno jumping to get a good look. Where's Obey Your Master? They're definitely building her up to be like the real one to watch out for. I mean, if we're not learning anything about her so far. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, that's a thumbnail I'd seen. Yep. Okay, well, it seems like she's just sleeping and not in trouble. Were you just getting a feel for the turf over here? I know, Belno, what are the odds? Honestly, Belno, your English is good. And likewise, your Japanese is good. From what I can tell. She's also pretty big. She was smelling it. That's all? She knows who you are. Mm-hmm. Mm. Changed up her style? I wouldn't have said so. Like, refined it, but not really changed it. It's a good throw. Oh, Belno is shook. I mean, there would be a lot of info on Oguri, considering, I mean, not only is she just a great racer, but she made a huge impact on the whole scene. I like Belno's little reporter getup still. That was great. Yeah, that would be great. More partner runs. Yeah, no, like, I am sure you have good relationships with other trainers at this point. Set up mock races and stuff. It would benefit everyone. Was that Gold City? Tama. And I have no idea what the distance was, so I don't know how good that time was. It was like 39 seconds or something, right? But, you know, is that 800 meters? Who knows? Look at her without her accessories. Wow, what a cutie. Hmm? Aww. That's just genuine care, Tama. Man, this race is gonna be difficult because, like, I love them both. Creek? No. Tony. Yeah, that's what I thought was weird when, like, Belna was doing her reporting stuff. She was just jogging. Oh no, what? Okay, okay. Good. Usually when they focus on, like, legs or feet, it's like, oh no, is this... Are they gonna be injured or are they already injured? Okay. Yay! Cool to see Gold City again. Because have we seen her run since episode 1? Where she got, like, 5th or something? I don't remember. There was a whole crowd. So I assume that's overall, and then, like, the last 3 furlongs or something. Which at one point I did look up how long a furlong was, and then I promptly forgot it. Woo, is she? Oh, okay, yeah, she is. I'm sorry, Ogre's probably gonna smoke you. Oh, nice nails. Oh. Oh no. It's cute. Oh no, not in dresser drawers. Honestly, I actually preferred Ogre's shorter hair that we saw, like, earlier in the show. I wouldn't mind if she ended up going back to that, but I don't think she will. Because there was the whole thing of, like, you know, episode 6, right? Her hair blowing back when the decision was... Yeah. Anyway. Is this Obey Your Master? Hmm. Okay. And then immediately into the ending. Obey Your Master is a little scary, isn't she? And I don't just mean like, oh, really tough racer, like, oh, it's gonna be hard to beat her. No, like she's kind of personality wise seems a little unhinged. I'm so worried I'm gonna like miss cool changes in like the opening and the ending. But I just probably am. Uh I hope that I hope Tamamo doesn't get injured or anything. With her trainer like telling her not to overdo it or whatever. It's so hard because it's like, oh no, is this foreshadowing or is it just character development and just character interaction stuff? Because I would be sad if our Tama-chan got injured. All right, anything else? I don't remember if post-credit sub is usually after the like. No, it seems like it's over. Okay. Cool. That was a nice episode. Just, like gonna scrub through it a little bit just to see. Yeah, I mean it was really just like introducing the foreign racers, our foreign competition. So we got, what was it, like Moonlight Lunacy or something? Yeah, okay, I found it. Moonlight Lunacy, yeah, Michelle My Baby, Obey Your Master, so those were the two American ones, with Moonlight Lunacy being from Britain. Ellerslie Pride? Ellerslie Pride from New Zealand, Tony Bianca from Italy. With Tony Bianca having won the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe. Again, sorry for butchering pronunciation. But like that's big. And then who was it? One of them beat her. Was it Moonlight Lunacy who beat her? It can't have been Obey Your... I mean, I guess it could have been Obey Your Master. I was assuming it wasn't Obey Your Master because she didn't have any G1 wins, which surprises me that you would have 0 G1 wins and then go to take on the Japan Cup. Like, that's a ballsy move. But she does, the way that they've been building up Obey Your Master, I'm inclined to assume that she's actually going to win the Japan Cup, or at the very least, I think that she'll be like the biggest threat for Tama and Oguri. Sorry, Gold City, I don't expect you to do too well. I expect much more of like the early scare factor in the race to be the other foreign Uma, but for Obey Your Master to like just end up being the big surprise. Whether that means she wins, I don't know, but that's my current assumption. So I really, in this one, yeah, just a lot of introductions and a lot of cool build up. Get cute with like Oguri Cap and Gold City with Shampoo. It's also funny that it seemed, based upon like the little thought bubbles that were popping up when Oguri was explaining that, Gold City rightfully seemed to assume that like Oguri just had knots in her hair. But it actually seemed like Oguri's issue was her hair was so long it was getting caught in things like the dresser drawer. Maybe both, I don't know. If it's just the latter, I'm sorry, Oguri, Shampoo's not going to do it for you. You're going to have some more awareness. But it was a cute exchange between the two of them. I wonder if that means we're going to see more Gold City, or if they really just introduced that because Gold City is a prominent character and she was in the Japan Cup IRL. And so it's like you might as well capitalize on that a little bit. And it makes sense too to have Oguri run with people other than Musaka's other team, like team members. So that, like he said, Oguri doesn't just get used to like their running styles, because like it's good to have a wide array of experience with different people you're dealing with. Oh, Belno, yeah, with the whole reporter thing, that was like, it makes sense that I can see why Musaka didn't trust Fuji's like records, right? His accounts of the different racers. I think he still should have accepted it, because at the very least he could have compared what Fuji had written with like what Belno ended up discovering, right? And then you could verify some things and get like some other tips, because even if there is bias, if you have a non-biased source to help ground the majority of it, you can at least extrapolate some other information from that, right? So it still would have been useful, but I understand him turning down Fuji's offerings. But sending out Belno, I think, was smart. Funny how she ended up finding Obey Your Master in the end. And then, yeah, Obey Your Master just knowing them immediately, like recognizing Belno, knowing who Belno was, knowing Oguri's origins with Kasamatsu, you know, all that. Which again makes more sense to me. Like, it makes more sense that you wouldn't know a lot about Obey Your Master if she's never won a G1, and you would know a lot about Oguri Cap because she was a sensation, right? A lot of G1 wins, and also just like her leading to changes, which the changes wouldn't have like come into effect yet as far as like the URA rulings and such. But there was still the sensation of like 10,000 signatures to get her into the Japanese Derby and things like that. So even from someone like outside of the country, if they were doing research, I think that there would be a lot that they could pull from more easily. So she put forth the effort, which may be surprising, but the fact that she was able to find all that doesn't seem too surprising to me. I think it's going to be interesting going into the Japan Cup knowing both Oguri and Tamamo Cross are going to be in it. Like, first from a viewer perspective, because I love them both, and so like, you know, I want them both to win, but obviously they can't both win. I mean, unless there's a dead heat, but like that's incredibly rare, and I would not expect that to happen at all. Between the two, I want Oguri to win more because, you know, as the main character, right? Like, I'm rooting for her, and you know, she's great. And I want her to have her victory against Tamamo. But at the same time, well, I was gonna say at the same time, if she loses again, then we can have like the Tamamo rematch later in the season. But where are we going to fit in? I'm still hoping for a Dicta Striker thing. And where are we going to fit in Super Creek? Because surely she's being built up as the main rival for Oguri Cap this season. This Cour, whatever. And so if we have more Tamamo focus later on, it just might dilute things too much. I don't know. Obviously, they have to base it on the real life results, right? And I wouldn't want them to deviate from that. And so, you know, just real life is not going to follow these simple narrative structures. but I'm just wondering, just speculating. But what I was actually going to say before getting into all that was it'll be interesting having those two enter the Japan Cup, because I imagine Oguri would largely be focused on Tamamo Cross, whereas, you know, maybe she should be more focused on some of these other competitors. I think that that's where a lot of the surprise is going to come into play, with her having focused too much on Tama, and then like Obey Your Master going to just like, you know, again, surprise everyone, right? We'll see. So that was my reaction to episode 16. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments below. And if you have any IRL facts or whatever that don't spoil things, again, feel free to share those. I like learning these little bits of trivia about the characters or the world, IRL connections, etc. And if you're interested in seeing episode 17, again, unless something went wrong on my end, they should be up at the same day. So if you're watching this one, the next one should already be available as well. So feel free to check that out. I look forward to having you and having more discussions in the comments if possible. So yeah, thank you all again. And with that, we're calling it here. Have a good one, everybody.